Crystal, you pulled this clip, which is one of the most insane things I've ever seen. Let's go ahead and play it that we have here. This is Simon Beaucaire. He's the vice chairman of the World Likud arm of the party. And he says here, the abductee families, they're going to be murdered. They see what we're doing. And so then they're asking him and what they should be done. He says, I think we should have gone into Rafah already to get in. And they go, okay. And then what happens? He says that they'll pop up from under the ground. There are no uninvolved civilians. You have to go in and kill and kill and kill. And she says, okay, I got it. Will that bring back the hostages? And he says, we will then kill them before they get us. And they say, well, are you going to get the hostages? And he says at the end, we will try to get them. So again, this is the international arm of the Bibi Netanyahu party, who is on Channel 12, Israeli News, Crystal, who is saying this out in the open. I think the hostage families at this point know and hear this, and that's why there's so much consternation in Israel. And
this view is not, it's fairly prevalent in terms of hard right factions in Israel. And it is almost a unanimous view, I would say, in terms of the actual Israeli government administration. And, you know, we talk a lot, and I think understandably so, about Bibi Netanyahu's calculations and how he wants the war to keep going because he needs to do that to keep his grip on power. But we should make no bones about it. The war cabinet voted, including quote-unquote moderates, voted unanimously to invade Rafah. So, you know, they have their own political calculation, their own ideology, too. They are all now, as being part of the war cabinet, they are all responsible for the conduct of this war. They know they have not accomplished the purported objectives that they set out to accomplish. So they have just as much invested in keeping the brutality going as anyone else. They have as much invested in making sure these hostages can never come out and tell their story, frankly, as anyone else. And that is at odds with the population. When we brought you some polling that even right-leaning members of Israeli society think that we should prioritize getting our hostages back. Even if it means ending the war, even if it means new elections, we want our hostages home. And you see that sentiment certainly expressed in the street. And, you know, we're talking about huge protests, tens of thousands of people in the street saying, okay, Hamas said yes, they give us our hostages back. What the hell are you waiting for? And so, you know, a couple more things to say about this. First of all, Saagar, you said this was